Welcome back to another Future Self short clip. You've tuned in to a minor portion of the new episode that is launching in the coming weeks. If there's a moment in this clip that resonates with you, make sure to tune into the full episode. Let's get into the clip. So self-belief is not actually a belief we just one day pick up. It is a byproduct of evidence, of work, of competence. How do we even get to a point of that? One of the biggest rules my coaching operates out of is doing what you say. Saying it and doing it. And if you know you can't do it, then don't say it yet. The eventual point of doing what you say and being that individual is I now say things I don't know if I can do, but because I've said it and I have created such a strength of showing up for myself and doing exactly what I say, I'll do it. If I was to say to you right now, I'm going to run a marathon, the burden I carry is that I hold so much importance on doing what I say, I would do that marathon right now. Even if it rips up my feet and tears my hip and ruins my knees and absolutely butchers and batters me. I've said it, I'll do it. Being a person to do what you say stacks the evidence to allow yourself to believe in you. This is where we go wrong. I'll go to the gym tomorrow, yet you don't. I'll have that uncomfortable conversation on Thursday, yet you don't. I'll quit my job next week, yet you don't. I'll start doing my washing and house chores before the weekend, yet you don't. I'm going to stop going out as much, yet you don't. I'm going to start saving more money, yet you don't. In what world would you be able to believe in your own self if you can't even trust doing what you say you're going to do? How could you believe in you if when you say you're going to do something, you don't do it? Now, I said a really key word there, trust. Trust ties in similarly to self-belief. Trust comes from positive experience, positive words of affirmation, positive reinforcement that this thing you hold, trust, this imaginary dynamic you hold towards yourself or another individual is solidified. Yet once trust is broken, it becomes brittle, fragile, and really hard to recoup. Same as self-belief. If you're always saying things that you don't do, you're always damaging the potential pathway of self-belief. If you're always going to do an action and then not seeing it through, stating you're going to try something new and then not trying it, you do not allow yourself to create self-belief. One of the biggest changes I've undertaken over the last 6 months is facing more of my fears. I'm terrified of heights, and I have for so long an intense fear of failure. I have been challenging those two things because every time I stand on a rock jump and I allow myself to say I'm going to do it and then I do it, the rush and intensity of self-belief that builds is indescribable. To know I'm so scared of doing something, yet I say I'm going to do it, and then I do it. And then I can recall back on this exact moment when I said, or I thought I couldn't, but I said I would, and then I did it. That builds self-belief. Self-belief is applied in the monumental, but it is built in the micro. The small, consistent actions we take and do is what builds self-belief. Self-belief is needed most in the big things. The changing careers, the traveling, the exiting a relationship, the entering a new relationship, the investment, the risk you're going to undertake, the moving states, the going after your goals and dreams when everyone thinks you can't. The monumental moments of your life is when we need self-belief, but it is built out of the micro moments. It is built every time you set your alarm and you wake up to your first alarm. It is built every time you say you won't and then you don't. It is built every time you say you will and then you go and do it. It is built in the most meaningless, insignificant tasks. When you stick to your diet, when you stick to your program, when you stick to the change you want for yourself, when you stick to your new routine, when you stick to the new hobby and sport, when you commit, when you show up, all the little things compound and build. 2 becomes 4, becomes 8. It's insignificant, it's tiny. But as the rule of compounding states, 8 becomes 16, becomes 32, becomes 64, becomes 128, 256. It builds and compounds. The biggest moments you need to recall on self-belief comes from the most insignificant actions. Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Future Self podcast. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a comment down below. And if you're interested in the way the Future Self podcast operates through life, click one of these videos, either side. Because what you just watched start to finish, there's a whole lot more of it on this channel. I will see you in the next one.